Hey, I felt like rambling today, but hopefully this will help you guys. Just got two new speakers for the Bassman. I'm going to show you this thing. The blonde Bassman piggyback. Probably out of all these amps is probably my least favorite, but maybe not now. The thing sounds more like a Marshall every day. But, hold on, sorry, so creaky here. Let's see, I can fix that. Either way, had the old Oxford 12 M6s or something like that. Got a lot of cone cry and weird frequencies at high volumes. So I decided to put some Celestion Vintage 30s in there. I'd read a lot of people use them. Brian Setzer, you name it. Warren Haynes from Government Mule. Just tons of people use those things. They came out in '86 Celestion, and I put them in there, and they really have improved the amp. They didn't make it any louder. I was hoping it'd be a little louder, but it just smoothed out the amp. It's just really smooth now. But what I wanted to tell you as far as tips, a lot of you guys probably know this, but something that really stuck with me in one of the amp books with Keith Richards' quote was matching the right guitar with the right amp. It's not just buying a great amp and expecting it to sound good. It's really matching the frequencies of the guitar with the frequencies of the amp. And that's what Leo Fender did. When he was designing the amps, he was designing them to play with Stratocasters mainly. I'd read somewhere where he put the low input, you know, the lower gain input on there for humbuckers so that they wouldn't blow his amps up. But he made them crystal clear and bright to go with the Strats. But so it really is kind of tricky. Luckily, I've got so many amps. I got 6 amps to mess around with. Got 5 guitars to mess around with, and I'll notice a lot of times this guitar sounds really good with the Bassman, but it doesn't sound so good with the super reverb. It's just a matter of what frequencies this enhances, and it matches up with the frequencies of the amp. So what I was going to show you real quick was. This is still trying to figure out what this is. I'm pretty sure it's 62, I know it's a 62 neck, 66 electronics. It looks like it was refinished in 66. Pickups, everything are 66. It's got a 62 neck on it. It's a great guitar. I'm playing through the 66 super reverb right here. And in this Bassman through the bass channel with the new Celestion Vintage 30s. They're actually called Helitone 60s. Get them from Avatar for pretty cheap, $100 a piece, and they break them in for you, and then they relabel them Helitone, but they're the same speaker. And I've got, hopefully you can tell the difference what I'm going to try to show you, but one thing I noticed, this guitar, I put lighter strings on it. It's got 11 through 48. Pyramids, my favorite string. So this thing sounds good. I mean, all my stuff sounds good, but I didn't think it matched up as good as my black guitar. This thing still sounds good. Like I said, this has got a little bit lighter strings on it. What I'm starting to do now is put different sets of strings on different guitars so I can have different options when I go play. This one's got lighter strings, so it's a little bit easier on my hand. I'm starting to get a little bit of old man carpal tunnel syndrome. I wear a brace every night. This one I put the heavier set on there, which is actually 11, 14, 19. I had to get separate 19s to replace the wound string, wound G. I forgot what they are. 30, 42, and 50. They're medium set. So this thing just really brings out the bass. So if I want a lot of bass, I will play this guitar. You probably can't hear it on YouTube. It's got a lot more bass, but it's harder to play, so you got to be pretty strong-handed on this thing. And then I wanted to show you the sparkliness of the speakers. Those new speakers really smoothed out this amp. I'm using my Analog Man MXR Phase 90 right now. Phone is freaking everything out. Huh? I hate that. Doesn't that irritate you when that sound comes through your speakers with his phone? Don't tell them what they're doing to our brains. So, I don't know if I made a good point, but those Celestions are great speakers. I'm going to try a G12H 70th, G12H 30 70th anniversary. I'll get some of those later, try them out, but these are great. These two amps together, I can't wait to play these two, the Super and the Bassman. They just sound amazing. But try experimenting. If you do have different guitars and amps, don't assume that the amp's going to make every guitar sound good, or the guitar is going to make every amp sound good. You got to mix and match until you get the right combination. Talk to you later.